Hello everyone. In this episode, we are going to learn how to process put requests using Fastify. So let's begin. For implementing the put API call using Fastify, we have in place a project setup with Fastify and nodemon. The detail of how this setup can be configured is covered in another episode, the link for which is provided in the description. We will also be using a JSON file as the source of data against which the put API will be implemented. Let's go ahead and create that data file. We'll create it in a folder called data, within which we'll create a file called products.json. We already have some product details pre-prepared. We will use that as part of this implementation. As can be seen, there is a list of products here. For us to work with this data, we will first have to read the contents of this file. We'll be using the file system module for the same. We will call the read file sync function to read the JSON file contents. The directory name points to the current directory. We will define the path for the file that needs to be read relative to this. We will then parse this JSON file and get a JavaScript object out of it. Next, we will implement a get all API, which will return a list of all the products. We need this so that once we have implemented the put call, we can verify whether the product actually got updated or not by making a call to the get API. Let's implement the get API first. This will return a listing of all the products. Let's check if this API is working as expected by starting the server. Now call the API. As we see here, we are getting a listing of 4 products. So this API is working as expected. Next, we will implement the put call. This API takes a product ID as a path parameter for the product that needs to be updated. The first step will be to read the details of the updated product, which will be passed as part of the request body. We can read that by calling request.body. Next, we will also define a variable called product found, which will be a Boolean variable. It will act as a flag to identify whether a match for the given product ID passed in the path has been found or not. We will then iterate through all the products and try to find a product for the given product ID. We check if the ID for this product is the same as that which has been passed as a path parameter. If a match is found, we will first define the ID as the ID of the existing product, which will be the same as the product ID passed as path parameter. We will also update the Boolean flag to true, and then we will reassign the product in the list to this updated product and break out of this loop. Next, we will check if a match was found. If it was, we will send the updated product as the response. If a match was not found, we will return a 404 response with an empty body. Now let's check if this API works as expected. We'll verify the get API and it is working as expected. We will then make a put call for the product with ID 1 and pass a JSON body to it. Let's copy an existing product and modify the details. Now when we make this API call, the product with ID 1 should get updated with these details. Let's verify that. As we see, we have got a response with the updated product details where we also see an ID added here. We will recheck it by calling the get API and see if the product with ID 1 reflects the updated attributes. And as we see, the attributes for product with ID 1 has been updated. We hope you liked this episode. If you did, please like, share and subscribe. Thank you.
At Spinsage, we provide digital consultancy services including web and mobile app development. For inquiries, please visit spinsage.com.